some counterintelligence, like saying he only started in May, like saying he's a woman when he's really not, and that's normal. I don't think it's fooling the cabal, but I don't feel like I'm compromising his safety by saying what my opinion is. Now, the funny part is that this guy is actually fairly antagonistic towards people like me. And when I say people like me, I mean there are certain references in his, there's voluminous amounts of information this guy's put out that you can read in the links that I gave on divinecosmos.com, the last 2 or 3 articles. There's multiple times that he takes shots at people who have any type of income that they're deriving from journalism, whether it's Alex Jones who's selling supplements, or whether it's somebody like me who's selling subscriptions because I'm on Gaia. I have 2 weekly shows. You know, he doesn't like that. And so I think he feels like he's risking his life and that there's people that are doing this for profit. But that's why I'm telling people about things like Pete Peterson having all of this stuff stolen, or Paul having all of this stuff stolen and then getting in a head-on collision. So the really amazing part, Jimmy, is that this guy is totally independent, unique, separate from any of the other insiders that we've been hearing from. But what he's saying is that he is part of a team of people that appears to be in the FBI, where there's factions now. There's like a good FBI and a bad FBI. And by good and bad, I would mean defining that as saying that good means that it's good for the people. Bad would mean that they're working for the cabal and their desires are to create some kind of a New World Order dictatorship. So the good FBI is a whole team of people that have been working pretty much ever since the election. Actually before that, because the really amazing thing was that this guy predicted the Podesta papers, all of those email leaks that showed up in October, right during the final stretch of the election. All the stuff that led to Pizzagate, all that stuff. He nailed it. He had it in so much specific detail before it happened, and it's only after that WikiLeaks occurred that people then go back and read that again and say, my God, how did this guy know this in advance? And so that gave him enormous credibility. And similarly with the Q Insider, the enormous credibility is the telegraphing of a very major event that was going to utterly change the world and would be a major defeat for the cabal. And he targeted the dates of November 3rd and 4th. And it was that exact day, November 4th, that mass arrests came completely out of nowhere in Saudi Arabia. And, you know, I have good intel, but there is no way that an operation as sensitive as mass arrests in Saudi Arabia down to the day, there's no way that the alliance would entrust me with information that sensitive. But whoever this guy was, he had it. He had the intel and he telegraphed it. And it takes a lot of analysis, and that's why, you know, people complain how long the article is, but there's no way that it could have been that specific and be that precisely correct down to the day if this was fake. It's impossible. I'm sorry.
Now,
it's just impossible.
I don't like predictions for the obvious reasons, but I suspect that over the next 12 months that we're going to see some world-changing things go down. I mean, some powerful things. Why? Everything's coming to a head. They need to resolve themselves. But if you were going to whip out your crystal ball right now, what do you think is going to happen over the next 12 months?